Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for today's workshop. We are very excited that you've joined us for today's lessons. I want to say a very special hello to the partners and the businesses who are joining us from Garland, Texas today, from Infront WebWorks in Colorado, and from the Northern Kentucky and CKREV, both in Kentucky. So welcome everyone. We're going to have two lessons for you here today. First up is going to be my teammate Tim. He is going to walk you through how to get your business listed on Google Search and Maps for free. And then he will kick it over to Marvin, who will teach you how to build your free website. So there are a couple of important things that I want to mention before we start. First, both Tim and Marvin are going to be walking you step by step through these processes. What I don't want to encourage you to do is follow along as they're presenting, because they may move a little bit too quickly for you. So instead, focus on what they're presenting, focus on absorbing the content, and please take notes. Your workshop host will be able to do a couple of things after the lesson if you need more help. So they can share PDF copies of the slides, which include those steps that we'll cover today. They can also share a recorded version of this lesson with you so that you can pause and play as you work in the future. So lastly, we're going to be hosting a live Q&A after the presentation concludes today. So those questions that you have, that you write down during the presentation, please give those to your workshop hosts. That way they can provide them to us and we'll answer them as soon as we can after the presentation. So with that, I hope you have a great time during today's lessons, and I would like to turn it over to Tim, who's coming to you from Ann Arbor.
Hey everybody, like Emily said, my name's Tim. I work in the Google Ann Arbor office. I've been with the program for about 5 months. Feels like way longer than that, but it's been about 5 months. So I am the Google My Business technology specialist. I troubleshoot all the issues. I help with the verifications. I've actually used to be a phone agent doing the tech support for Google My Business. So I've seen a lot of fun stuff, and I'm looking forward to sharing what I've learned with you. So let's get started. The first thing I'm sure you're asking is, what is Google My Business? The easy way to say is Google My Business is a fast and easy way for businesses like yourselves to manage their online presence with Google. So Google, you all know what Google is. It's a big deal. You want to be on Google. People don't say, hey, go look it up on the internet. They say, hey, go Google it. So this is a way that you can really kind of control what you have on Google through Google My Business. Some of you may have used Google Places for Business before, or Google Plus. Pages. So if you had that before, you will actually be automatically upgraded to the new Google My Business format. So if you've used that before, Places, if anything like that sounds familiar, you can try to log in now, and you should have been upgraded, so you'll see the fun new stuff. And Google My Business is for physical business. So if you have a store, or if you go out, say you're like a plumber, you go to someone's location. That's the kind of business these are for. There is a different type of page for, kind of like online businesses or brands or artists or something like that. But what we're going to focus on today is the businesses that have the stores or the service areas. All right. Get my computer here. There we go. So why is this important? Research shows that 97% of consumers search the web to find their local goods and services, but only 37% of businesses have claimed their local listing on a search engine. So today what we're going to do, what this walkthrough is going to be, is how to claim that local listing. So you can be on Google, you can be verified through Google, and you will be able to control the information that Google is displaying. So take a look at our example here, which is Dandelion Chocolate. This is something that you would be able to see. It's a cool little box on the side of Google. We call it the Knowledge Graph, Knowledge Panel, or a lot of people just refer to it as the cool little box on the side of the Google search. That information on there is actually pulled from a Google My Business page. So if you want to be able to control the information in that little area, this is the program for you. We can't guarantee that you're going to get one of these because there's a lot of factors that go into the search. But by being verified, you do have that opportunity. Some of the more distinct names probably get them a little easier. If your business is just like called health, it might be a little more difficult for you to get one. And then a key thing to note here is this does not replace your website. This works kind of in conjunction with your website. So if you have a website, you still want to keep it. You want to even link it to your Google My Business page so they're kind of connected. You don't want to get rid of it, and if you don't have one, you probably don't want to get one. Let's keep moving here. Then the other thing is Google My Business lets you appear on Google Maps. So why is that a big deal? I mean, people can then click on your business and they can get directions to your store, or they can see where you're located at if you'll come to them. So that, I mean, that's huge. I mean, there's hundreds of people out there that don't even know where certain things are because they might not be on Google Maps. A good example is I went on vacation over Memorial Day. My wife and I, we traveled to go see some friends, and we stopped off in a very small town in Illinois, and we didn't know anything. We had to find a place to eat. So what do we do? I pull up Google My Business on my phone, I pull up Google Maps, and I start looking, and I found this cool little place. It's a pizzeria. All it serves is pizza, cash only. And if I had never found, they weren't on Google Maps, I would have had no idea they were there. I would just wander around. I would end up at like McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something like that. And where's the fun in that? That's a big chain. This is a small little business. And let me tell you, it was great. I don't regret it for a second. It was amazing. But just because you're on Google Maps does not mean you're always going to show up on Google Maps. There's some things that go into when and why businesses show up. So, for example, here we're still looking at our Dandelion chocolate. So, one of the things that goes into the search results is the relevancy. So, how much this local listing matches what I'm searching for. So, if I'm searching for chocolate shop, probably a masseuse is not going to show up, unless it's a masseuse that serves chocolate, which would be pretty awesome. So it kind of depends on so if you categorize your business right, you can appear when people search for different things. The other thing is distance. So if I search for chocolate shop, I'm in Ann Arbor, Dandelion Chocolate is out in San Francisco. They're probably not going to appear on my search results unless I specify that I'm looking in San Francisco. If I don't say, hey, I'm looking for chocolate shop, San Francisco, it's probably going to, well, it's not probably, it is going to take the information that Google knows about my location. If it's my cell phone off my GPS, if it's my computer, just the IP address, stuff like that, and it will tailor the search results to where I am. Because while Dandelion Chocolate's pretty awesome, it's not super relevant to someone over in Michigan like myself. The other thing that goes the other thing that factors into this is the prominence. So, how well known or prominent the businesses are. So, this can be based on information that Google already has, stuff that's linked across the internet, your website, other directories. And the best part about this is I cannot stress this enough, this is free. Google My Business is 100% free. So, it's free, but so you can't offer us money to make your rankings any better. You can't say, hey, I'll give you $100 if you bump me up a couple spots. We couldn't take your money even if we wanted to. Which, believe me, we would if we could, or at least I would, but So the other great thing is it's the same across all platforms. So mobile, tablets, PCs, it's all the same. You don't have to create a different site for everything. It shows the same across all devices. Why is that important? So according to a study in 2013, smartphone penetration is up to 56% in the population, 67% of the people access the internet every day on their smartphone. Smartphones are critical shopping tools, with 77% of users having researched a product or service on their devices, and 46% of smartphone users made a purchase on their phone. Think about that. That was 2013. It's 2 years later. I mean, think about the last person that you've met that doesn't have a smartphone. My grandmother is 88 years old. She has a little bit of dementia, a little bit of Alzheimer's, but she knows that a smartphone, she calls it the magic box because she knows it'll give her all the information that she wants. So, I mean, she knows that. And, I mean, I saw a commercial the other day for a TV show about the Amish, and one of the Amish girls called 911 on her smartphone. So, I mean, literally everyone has one of these. And, I mean, think about that. That's a huge market that you can reach with this free tool. So there is also an app that you can use to manage your Google My Business. So if you're on the go, that's free as well. There's a couple things you can't do. You can't delete your page in case someone grabs your phone, tries to delete it from you. There's a couple other settings that you can't mess with, but the majority of stuff you can still do from your phone. And like I said, I mean, we can't stress this enough. Google My Business is free. It's the free way to get on Google. It's the free way to get on Google Maps. And before, in case you didn't catch it, Google Places, if you remember that, or use Google Plus Pages for Business, those are all automatically upgraded to Google My Business. So if you used that before, go ahead and log back in. All your information should be upgraded. It'll offer you a cool walkthrough so you can see exactly what has changed, what's new. But so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the process of actually creating a page. So the first thing you want to do is go to gybo.com/business. And this is going to let you find out what your business looks like on Google. So when you type in your business, you get one of 3 search results. So over on the left, nice job, you're on the map. That means you're verified, your listing showing on the map. You basically just got a high five because you're awesome. It'll give you you'll see on the left side, it gives you some suggestions of what you can do to possibly make your listing a little better, or if there's anything that's missing, it'll be highlighted in yellow so you know. On the right side is kind of an example of what your business might look like to someone who searched for it on Google. So you're going to see the picture, the little map, the reviews, all the basic information, address, phone number, website. Or there's a second option. Your business info is incomplete. That means Google has some information about you, but no one has actually verified this information. No one's verified this page. So we don't know if it's 100% right, which is why you're here. We want you to verify your business so we can make sure that it's right. You'll see on the left side, it gives you some examples. Add a photo. Double check that phone number. I mean, people are going to be calling you. They can click it from their phones, get that phone number. So we want to make sure that's right. And then again, it gives you kind of that example of what your search result might look like for someone on Google. And then the last one, kind of the sad face, your business isn't on the map. It means we don't have enough information to create anything about your business. So regardless of what you got, there's a red button at the top. You're going to want to click that, and that will get you moving along, either to log into your account, edit that information, update it, or start the process of excuse me, I lost my train of thought, of getting yourself online. You're going to sign into your Google account. If you don't have one, you're going to want to make one. Gmail is the most common one. If you don't have one, you can actually create yourself a new account. You can assign different emails to it if you have something that you'd like, but you'll want to get logged in. If you don't have one, you can go to google.com/accounts, and that will walk you through the process of actually creating yourself a Google account. Wait for the next slide to load here. Okay, so this example is if you were not online, or not verified, because no, you were verified. you're already editing your information. So this example, we were searching for Stages Bakery. You'll see a couple of results in there: Whitney's Bakery, Stages Pastries, Marvin's Bakery, or none of these matched. So if you were trying to verify one of those pages, click it. So if you see your business in there, click your business as long as you know the name's right, the address is right, everything's good. If you don't, click Don't See Your Business and add it. That's for the people that we just really didn't have any information about. So we want to make sure that we get that information in there. Sorry, my pages are loading a little slow here. So next up is to add your business information. So you want to be very careful here, proper punctuation, proper capitalization, because this is how people are going to see your business across Google. So you want to give a good first impression, and make sure it looks just right. Just give your business title. Don't say, hey, Stages Bakery in San Francisco at the corner of whatever. That's not relevant. We just need to know the name. You have to put in all your basic address information, street address. If you have a suite, put it on the second line. City, state, zip code. Important thing to note: you have a PO box. Don't put it on there. PO boxes are not allowed. If you have an actual post office box, like at the post office, you cannot use that. Those are unfortunately not allowed. If you are in a city where you have to add a PO box to actually get mail at your address, still don't put the PO box and just hold on. We'll have something for you later to help you guys get verified. But just make sure that all the information matches, obviously your phone number. And then at the bottom, there's a category. Categories are key because that's how we categorize your business with it. So we have predetermined categories, because back in the day we used to let people create their own categories, and suddenly we had thousands of categories, and it was almost impossible to find, what you were looking for, because everything was coded as something different. So now we have some predetermined ones, and there might not be the perfect fit. So say you're a lead certified construction company, but you're not going to find something maybe it's that exact. So you might have to just go with the generic construction company. We do have something later on that I'll discuss of how to really explain to people what your business is. If you do something really obscure, like maybe train wombats, which is a fun word to say, you'll probably have to get something a little more, like animal husbandry or something like that. But I'll explain something later that really helps you explain your business to your potential customers. So if you work from home, or say you don't use your office, you're a plumber, or you're an electrician, or a locksmith, where really your office is your car or your truck or your van, you're actually going to hide your address, because if you work out of your home, or your home is just your base, you don't want people to know that address. So there's a box here that says I deliver goods and services to customers at their locations. That's going to hide your address. You'll still be shown as the city and the state, but your actual physical address will not be shown. You'll be able to set up a service area, which is how far you're willing to go to meet your customer. So if you would go 100 miles to go shake your customer's hand, put 100 miles. But if you're only willing to go 10 miles, only put 10 miles. You can adjust that later on. And there was a brief misconception that if you are a service area business that you won't appear on maps, or you won't appear as highly. You're going to appear just fine. You're going to appear just like everyone else on maps. You're just not going to have your exact address show. So it's kind of key, make sure that's set up correctly, because you don't want your page to be flagged and taken down for inappropriate behavior. The other thing about the service area is it's not how far you're willing to ship to someone. Your mailing is something completely different. This is how far you are willing to go to shake someone's hand. So keep that in mind when you're setting up service areas. It's not a way to just extend your reach. And then you're going to want to review all this information, agree to the terms and services, check that box. You'll see terms of services is blue highlighted. You click that, read all the terms and services. I encourage you to do that. Then hit continue. My pages will continue here. There we go. So this is key. This is part of the verification, because we don't want anyone to just get a hold of your page. There's crazy people out there. They can get a hold of your page. So what we require is for people to verify their business. The easiest way, or the most common way, is to have a code mailed to you. It's a little postcard. It's 5 to 6 digit code, and you would log back. Well, we'll cover that in a moment. But basically, you need to request this verification. Some businesses will be offered phone verification, where Google Automated Service will call you. It'll give you the 5 to 6 digit code. You'll be able to enter it in. You'll be verified quickly. Doesn't work through voicemail systems. It's got to be routed through like call centers and stuff like that. That is unfortunately not going to work. The other thing is, if you have something called Webmaster Tools, if your website is linked, it may automatically verify you. That's not for every business, so if you don't get offered that, don't worry about it. And then Google's never going to ask you for this code other than when you put it in. We're not going to call you, we're not going to ask for it. Don't give it to anyone. So basically click Mail Me My Code, and you'll get moved on to the next step. So the next step is going to show you the postcard. You'll be able to confirm your address. Click Send Postcard, and once you see that box that says the postcard's on its way, hit Continue. You've officially requested your postcard. So congratulations, you're on your way. So in the meantime, it may take up to 1 to 2 weeks for that postcard to get there. So there's some other stuff you can do while you're waiting. This is the dashboard, as we call it. This is the primary tool you'll see this for when you log into Google My Business. You see your basic information, the option to add photos and stuff like that, and you'll see some of the information that you've already input. But what you'll want to do is go to, you'll see it's pointed out there, the big red edit button. Big, it's red, it's different than everything else, so it's easy to find. And in there is where you can actually edit your business information. The thing I really want to point out is down at the bottom is something called the introduction. That's for those businesses that they didn't have that category that quite fit what they were looking for. So this is going to let them really explain to customers what they do. So you can say, hey, like this one's explained Stages Bakery, or if you're that wombat trainer I was mentioning before, you can really explain what you do and how you specialize in something. You can talk about what you did to get your degree, or where you're from and what your experience is. You have a lot of room to play with there. Don't get too long. You don't want to get into the too long didn't read category. But just give a good explanation of who you are and why you're the best at what you do, because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for the best. Then you can edit your other information as well. And then there's a couple other things you can do. There's photos. Photos are key. You have couple different options. Your profile photo, that's what's going to show up next to your name in the search results. Your logo photo is a way for people to help identify you. The cover photo is that big photo that you're going to see when people pull up your page. These are really your first impressions you're going to make on customers. So make those photos about your business. Make a good impression. Maybe put a picture of the outside of your building or something cool related to your business. If you're a stained glass window place, maybe something really beautiful that you did. And then there's different types of photos you can add as well. There's interior photos, exterior photos. If you're a business, menu stuff. So there's lots of things you can go through. And then there's a couple other things you can do at the same time once this page loads. So insights, which is kind of the data of your page. Who's seen it, how they saw it, when they saw it. You can do shares, which are like posts. Let people know if your piece was, hey, we got this on sale for this weekend. People can see it. You can help grow your followers. Reviews. People can leave you reviews, let you know what you're doing good on, what you might need to improve on. You can respond to these. If you get a bad review, I'm going to tell you right now, no, you can't have it taken down. Just respond to it. And then if you do Google AdWords, you can link that as well. You can kind of combine those two. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of different things that you can do, and a lot of things that are going to make it great. So, and if you need to return, don't go back to the gybo.com. Head over to google.com/mybusiness or google.com/business. They both take you to the same place, and log in with that same email that you used before. So now we'll discuss. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot about the app. So the app, all smartphones, Android and iOS. I don't believe it's on Windows yet. You can do most of the same information, the same stuff. It's great to have if you're on the go and need to respond to stuff quickly. All right, so now the key is we're going to verify your business. That's how Google's going to confirm that you're who you say you are. All the information you gave is correct. So when you get in, get your PIN, go back, go to sign in on Google. Use that same email address at the google.com/business or google.com/mybusiness. There'll be this banner across the top that says enter code. Pretty self-explanatory. Click that, and it's going to take you to this next screen, and you'll be able to enter your code. So enter it exactly as it is, however many digits, hit there, hit submit. You'll get this next screen. Oh, sorry, I guess I don't have a picture of that. I apologize. Basically, you'll be verified. You'll have this handy-dandy little check mark saying that, hey, you're verified, you're on Google. Can take 24 to 48 hours for it to go fully live. And then one last thing, I mentioned before, for those people that have the P.O. boxes at your homes, if you don't get the postcard, we do have something to help you get verified a little bit quicker. We have what we call an expedited verification form at gybo.com/verify my business. You'll still need to go through all these steps. You will still need to request that PIN card because that's what lets us verify it. But we'll be able to get you verified a lot faster than waiting for the entire 2 weeks to pass and get that postcard. So I hope you enjoyed what I had to share. So now I'm going to throw it over to Marvin over in Colorado. And Marvin, you take it away.
Thanks, Tim. Hi, everyone. My name is Marvin Augustin with StartLogic. It's a pleasure having you all here. We provide a cloud-based web hosting solutions for small to medium-sized businesses under the parent company Endurance. We've been with the program for the past 3 years, and I have to say it's been an absolute pleasure helping businesses get their cities on the maps and establishing a free website. And that's what we're going to be doing here today. I'm going to help everyone gain a free website, and I'm going to talk about a couple of points that you need to record and remember going forward. So without further delay, let's get started. First things first, I stress that everyone who's watching today get a pen and pad. If you have a handbook in front of you, if you have a notebook in front of you, pen in front of you, please do that now. Give you a moment to do that so that you can make sure you have the notes later on and in the future, because there's tons of notes that you should be jotting down so you can improve your website. So here's our agenda for today, and before we talk about the agenda, I want to take a little bit of time to talk about what you get for the free year and what happens next. So everyone here today who's watching, and your business partner, and even some of your business associate friends who have businesses can all do this, and you can walk them through. Here's what they're going to get and what you're going to get today. Starting today, the moment you create the account, you now have a 3-page website free for a year, along with a domain name of your choice. This is going to be free for you for the year, like I said. Once the year is over, it'll automatically transition to $6 per month for the website, which is going to cover the site, editing it, hosting the site, and of course, there's going to be help for you thereafter, and I'll talk about the help towards the end. So that's going to be the hosting and making it available on the web for your customers. The other part is the domain name. A domain name is going to be paid annually versus the website portion paid month to month. So the annual domains, if you register a .com, for example, that's going to be $16. If you register a .net or .org, that's just going to be $9 per year. So $16 for the year if you register .com, .net or .org, $9. and that's pretty much it. Obviously, there's no contracts whatsoever. You can stay after the first year or not. Obviously, I'll be a little bit sad if you do, so I hope you don't and I hope you like it. One other really cool thing that you all should know, which is a great kicker, earlier today Tim shared some numbers on how often people use mobile phones, and we're all on the go. It's so crazy these days because people are actually using their phones in the car, which is totally not safe, but that just shows you how much we're using our mobile devices. So the moment you hit publish, and I'll show you how to do that as well later on, the moment you hit publish, you not only have a desktop site, but you also now have a mobile responsive site just by clicking publish. Two birds, one stone by clicking publish. Mobile responsive means that once the site is published, whatever device that they're on, desktop or mobile, the size and the dimensions of the site will change to favor that device. So you will have a mobile site once you're published. So congratulations. So here's our agenda for today. We're going to create a StarLogic account. From there, we're going to customize the site and the pages, and obviously publish. Then we're going to talk about choosing a domain name, and then I'm going to show you all how to access your account. Each one of these steps is absolutely important. Each one of these steps, like I said, you want to jot down notes for. So here's how to get started. So everyone, like you did earlier, in getting your maps going, you want to go to www.gybo.com/business. You have to scroll down to the very, 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 very bottom of the page to get down to creating a free website. And your websites obviously are going to be through StarLogic.com and through the program that you'll be using to edit your site called SiteExpresso. So you'll see that once you actually get the login. So again, scroll down to the very bottom till you can't scroll anymore, and on the bottom far right it'll say build your free website. So click on that, and that will take you to this page. Now here's the important things about this portion. Depending on if you have pop-up blocker on, you may not get the pop-up after you click on this, so be sure that pop-up blocker is not on currently. I don't know if you used to having it on, but turn it off for this portion. If for those of you that are already logged into your Google account or Gmail account, what happens is once you check the box to agree to terms of service and click on sign in with Google, it'll automatically recognize that you're already logged in, and it'll just ask you to hit accept. If you're not already logged into your Google account, a new window will pop up, and it'll ask you to sign in with your username and passcode, and then you hit accept. But again, you want to make sure pop-up blocker is off so you can get that little window that pops up. So again, check the box, click on sign in, and once you've signed in, you'll be here. This lets you know that you've done it successfully. And now we're just asking you to provide and choose a security question and provide a security answer. This is just as part of making your account secure and building the integrity of it. So please choose your favorite question and just type in the answer and then hit submit. Once you hit submit, the pages will begin to load, so just give it a little bit of time. I know some of you may be working on the sites maybe now, and we tell you not to, but some of you still do because you're just so curious and you want to get it done, and I totally understand that. So just in case you are, for those of you that are doing it later in the workshop, keep in mind that you're all doing it at the same time, so give it a little bit of time to load, and it'll get going for you. And once it's done loading, you'll see the red button down there that says Ready, Set, Build, and just click on that. And then from there, it'll take you to this questionnaire. So this questionnaire is really the nuts and bolts of the SiteExpresso tool. Notice here we're asking you to provide your business name. So put your business name in its entirety. Obviously, you can have spaces and capital letters and all that sort of stuff because it's actually going to go on your website. We're going to ask you for your business address, business phone number, city, state, and zip, so on and so forth. I understand a lot of you and some of you work from home, and that's totally fine. We've already prepared for that. And so underneath the phone number and the address, there's a little checkbox that says do not display this. So if you want to hide your address because you work from home, you can do that. And if you want to hide your phone number, you can totally do that too. I'm not sure if you want to do that. So you want to scroll down a little bit further on this page, and you'll notice that it's asking you for the category of your industry. So keep in mind, earlier, like Tim said, we don't have all the different industry categories in this list. You want to choose the one that matches your business the closest, and then from there, when you actually begin to build the content of the website, you'll actually be able to be more refined and talk specifically about how you differ and what you provide as far as products and services. Speaking of products and services, down below that, we're going to ask you, hey, do you provide a product, do you provide a service, or do you provide both? Here you want to choose the one that matches and select that. And then down below is another important piece of this questionnaire. We're now asking you for the cities and regions where you provide services. So you want to type them in commas. So for example, I understand that we have some folks out in Colorado watching. Hello and welcome, neighbor. So if I'm in Denver right now, and if I provided services in also Highlands Ranch or Littleton or Centennial, I would put those different cities and regions in, and for each one, I would separate them each by commas. Because what we do is we make sure and we help that your website is recognized for those regions as far as what you service. So plug them in there. This questionnaire is not written in stone. You can always go back to it at any given time and to make edits. So if you provide more regions, you can. What this form also does, it takes a lot of the legwork out of building the site. And what I mean by that is when you give us your business name and business address and phone number, every page in your website will automatically have that on the very top header portion. So you don't have to keep typing in your business name and business phone number for every single page that you create. So we take, like I said, we take a lot of the legwork out. So once you're done with this questionnaire, you're going to hit continue. And once you're done hitting continue, now we're in the nuts and bolts of the editor mode and building the look and feel of your website pages. So here we're going to talk about the style. So on the very top, sort of like left there, you're going to see style. So you're going to click on style. The dialog, this new dialog box will appear, and there'll be tabs for product, services, and both. And for each one, there'll be a different style. They all have a hero image, which is the center image that your visitors will see when they first get to the site. But they have different color coordinations for each different template. So, you know, one of the things that I ask when we do the live events is, you know, who here has a logo? And we talk about logo colors. So, for example, I'm wearing the sort of like an orange shirt here, and let's just say my my logo color was orange and black. What color background would I go with to make sure my website will look professional and that people didn't have a hard time reading it and can flow through the website? If I wasn't sure, then more likely I would choose a background color white. So if you're not sure which background color you want to go with white to be safe. I would recommend that. If you want to go with a different color, that's fine. But just keep in mind that you don't want your colors to clash. So, for example, you don't want your logo colors to clash with the background. You definitely don't want your content, so which is your verbiage, to clash with the background colors. So, if you have tried not to create similar colors with the background color and your logo color and your content, because it's going to be really hard to read. And so you don't want a website that's really hard to read because people won't stay on it and they won't read it. And so you gotta, you know, be available and be clear to all your types of visitors that come to your website. So choose a safe and nice-looking background template. Once you're done doing that, we're going to talk about the logo. So on the very top, underneath where it says style, you can click on that. And what will happen is, or even double-click it, and that'll give you this dialog box that you're looking at right now. Here, we're just giving you the opportunity to upload your logo if you have it. So you can do this at any given time. If you don't have one built out, no worries. You can drop it in when you get ready. If you do, throw it in there. You'll see the blue button that says Your Computer, and it'll just go through your computer files so you can upload it. On the right-hand side there is asking you to type in your business name. most likely is already in there for you because you already gave it to us in the questionnaire. So like I said, we take a lot of legwork out. And underneath that is asking you, hey, do you want to show just your logo? Do you want to show your business name in your logo? Or do you want to show just the business name only? So choose the one that you prefer, and then when you're done, you're going to hit OK. Now we're going to talk about images. So this is where you actually begin to jot stuff down if you haven't already. So please jot this down. There are 3 image file extensions that work best with the software when you're uploading images. So you're going to be uploading images, not only this hero image, but you're going to be uploading images related to your products and services. And there'll be places to do that with the pages that you build out. So you want to make sure that your images have the right extension attached to them so they can work best with the software. And those are JPG, PNG, and GIF. I'll repeat those again. GIF, PNG, and JPG. If you didn't notice, I did recite those backwards. Yes, I have a little bit of skills. Thank you. But just make sure that they meet those extensions. The other thing I want to talk about is uploading the images to your website. Believe it or not, if you don't already know this, your images are searchable on the web. When you upload an image, it is searchable. I don't know if you all do searches on the web, so I do all the time for images. And one of the images that I search for a lot is one of my favorite players. His name is Kobe Bryant. And just for a second, I just want to say that I had an argument yesterday with a friend of mine watching the finals last night. LeBron James, he did win, and I'm a fan of him. I'm glad he did. But the question was, if LeBron James wins without a supporting cast, is he better than Kobe Bryant? I don't think so. So I hope you all agree with that. But let's just say I was looking for images of Kobe Bryant. All of the images that I find on the web, they all have an attachment that is attached to that image, which is its file extensions that is attached to that image name, and that makes it searchable. So you want to make sure that when you take a photo and before you save it to your computer, okay, that's the important piece. Before you save it to your computer, or when you save it to your computer, you give it the name of that service, or you give it the name of that product. Because if you don't, the file name for that image is going to be just a series of numbers and letters, and that doesn't help you optimize the site or make the site searchable. So again, when you save an image to your computer that you're going to upload to the website, make sure you give it the file name of that product or that service. In order to upload your images, you just click on your computer just below, and it'll show you all the different photos that you have in your file folder, and you can just choose it. The other thing that you want to keep in mind here is that you notice that this image, hero image, has a more horizontal dimension. So jot this down as well. If you want your image to fit just right and you don't want it to cut off the tops of your images, do yourself a huge favor and be sure that the image is within 1100 by 400 pixels. So make sure it stays within those dimensions and it'll fit just fine there. Next is adding content. So one other cool thing about SiteExpresso is that it helps you build out your content. I myself have writer's block and I sometimes need a place to start. SiteExpresso is doing exactly that. It's going to help build that first set of content for you. And this is throughout the entire SiteExpresso tool in different pages, so you'll be able to do this a couple more times. And so here's how it works. You click on, or you double click to create content about your business. And from here, it's going to ask you, do you want to write text for me or write it yourself? In this example, we choose write text for me. Next, it's going to ask you, how do you refer to your customers? Are they clients? Are they donors? Customers, and so on and so forth. If you refer to your customers in a different fashion, you totally can still do that. On the very bottom there, it says write your own. So choose the write your own radio button and then type in how do you refer to your customers. You proceed on to the next step, and this step is asking you, give us what you think or give us what customers like about your business. And this is in 2 sentences. And you all are doing this for your website and your business. So in order to make your content unique and different from any other content that we help you build out is this line right here. So be sure you give us what you think customers like about your business. And again, if you don't know what they like about your business, no worries. What would you like them to like about your business? Plug that in there in maximum 2 sentences. And when you're done, you're going to hit continue. And once you hit continue, now you're given the option to change the style, the writing style of your content. There's an option for casual and formal. So as an example, if I'm an accountant, if I'm in a construction business, things of that nature, professional services, I'll probably go with a formal layout. Casual, if I had a daycare, if I provided coffee shop, things of that nature, a casual type of business, I would choose a casual writing style. The choice is yours. Choose the one that best fits your prospects and your business. From there, you can actually click on the edit text option directly underneath there, and you can actually begin to go in and edit that text. And you do want to do that. And I do have another recommendation for you to jot down. We recommend that you have at least 250 words on your homepage and 150 words for your next 2 subsequent pages. So again, 250 for the homepage and 150 for the next 2 pages. And we asked you to do that for 2 reasons. The first reason is that when your prospects come to your website and when customers come to your website, you need to be able to demonstrate who you are, what you do, and what separates you from the competition. That cannot be done in just a paragraph. It's going to be done in a series of paragraphs and adequate content. So you want to give your visitors a good opportunity to learn what they can gain by doing business with you. The other reason is for the search engine. Search engines spider websites on a periodic basis, and what they pay attention to the most is your content. And how can you best provide the best content, the best keyword without adequate content? And speaking of keywords, start thinking about your top 3 keywords. Think about your top 3 keywords and create content around those keywords in sentence format. And that's going to be the content within your 250 on your homepage. And so think about that and generate that content. Like I said, is very important. Just to give you a short idea of how important that is, I'm a little bit of a health buff, and I like to cook for myself, obviously. And I was in the market for, cookware, and I had to choose between cast iron and stainless steel and so on and so forth. And my keyword was cookware. And one of the top 3 sites that came up on the first page, they had the word cookware on their website over double digits. They were in the 15s and 12s on that homepage as far as how many times they added the word cookware. And again, it was in sentence format. So just to demonstrate how important it is to build out content with keywords on your pages to better optimize your website. So keep that in mind as you're generating your website. Again, this is not set in stone, so you'll always be able to go in and make changes. The moment you make a change and you hit publish, it automatically updates on the website, so you don't have to worry about making a change and not be able to go back and edit it. So you'll always be able to update your website on a consistent basis. Moving right along, this look is giving you the grayed out elements within the Site Espresso tool. If it's grayed out like this, it just means that it's not active, and therefore once the site is published, it won't show on your website. The only elements that will show are the actual ones that you activated, so you can activate and deactivate elements at any given time. So just know that if it's gray, it won't show. I'm also showing you this slide also because we want to make sure that you take advantage of certain elements within the Site Espresso tool. So the one there on the right is double-click to call to action. Everyone who's watching this should activate the element, because what it does is it's giving your customers an action if they want to do business. So you always want to guide your visitors through the process of what they should do if they want to do business with you, and this is exactly that. And this gives you the opportunity to say, hey, If you want to do business with me, call this phone number. If you want to do business with me, fill out this form, and I'll call you back within 24 hours. If you want to do business with me, come to our shop or our brick-and-mortar store. Here's the address. Come visit us. So it tells them exactly what to do business. Some other elements that you probably want to take advantage of is, for example, the coupon element. So there's your opportunity to entice visitors to come to your website on a regular basis, because you can always update your coupons. And here you can say, hey, here's 10% off. Print this out. Here's $20 off. Print this out. And you'll know exactly where your business is coming from because they printed the coupon from your website. So really cool way to get visitors coming to your website. Another option is the services list. So this is a way to put this on one of your pages, more likely your home page. You can show one of your top 3 services here, a photo and a short description underneath. And then if they want to know more, then you probably go to your service page that has all your services, all your products. But this is a way to show them, hey, these are my top 3 products that everybody wants, and they'll see that, and hopefully they'll stay on the website a little bit longer and go to your other pages to learn more about your business. Now we're going to talk about adding more pages. So it's pretty easy to add more pages. You click on pages on the top left there. Now the dialog box is going to appear. It'll give you the option to click on the radio button to add testimonial page, a product page, image gallery page. So you're totally good there. And here's another kicker that I didn't mention that I wanted to say for you all. I want you all to know that you can actually add a couple more pages here. It's on us. I want you all to take advantage of. So earlier I said 3. It's on me. 3 more. So make it 6. You all have a total of 6 pages that you can build out, and it'll be part of your program for free. So totally take advantage of building all 6 if you need them. If you don't, if 3 is all you need, then so be it. 6 is the limit. I'm going to take a drink of water here. And here's a really cool thing. I want to talk about my water real quick. One of my good friends actually gave me this really cool idea. You pour some water and you dab a little bit of pomegranate juice in there. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to drink water that much and you need a little bit of sweetness, and you just pour some water, put a couple dabs of pomegranate juice. Is the best way to drink water, healthy, without terribly too much sugar. So you got it for me. All right, moving right along. When you're done choosing the page, you click on Add Page, and it'll be automatically added to your list of pages. The business name will automatically be added that you gave us in the questionnaire. So again, we're taking the legwork out. Now we're going to talk about publishing. Publishing is pretty easy. Before I show you how to publish, I do want to make sure that none of you here watching today are afraid of publishing. Do not be afraid of publishing, and here's why. Think about this question. By publishing today, the search engines are going to spot your website at some point, and then they're going to add you to the database of search results based on your keywords. How long is it going to take to get you from the last couple pages to the first couple pages? Nobody knows, because we all don't know. There's algorithms that are written to determine how quickly and how soon and where sites are going to be placed in the search results. And I'm saying this because I get businesses that are afraid to publish because they are only 10% done with the website. They're only 20% done with the website. And that's okay. And the reason it's okay is because if you haven't given anyone the direct address to your website, so your www.yourdomain.com, you haven't given anyone that address, then no one's going to see your website anytime soon, right? Ask yourself this question. When was the last time you went to the last pages of the search query results and doing a search online? Nobody, right? I can't think of anyone who's done that. Anyone who's done that probably had a lot of time on their hands to waste. We don't do that. So the likeliness of someone finding your website in the search results after just publishing is unlikely that quickly, because you have to build your ranking. You have to do some of the things that I talked about earlier and do a little bit more to build your visibility on the search engine. So you can actually be only 10% done, publish, no one's going to see it, come back, publish again, be 30% done, and continue on until you're 100% complete. And there's a really cool thing about that that's going to give you an advantage, right? Search engines like sites that are dynamic and not static, because if they notice a website has not been updated or published in quite some time, then they may think the information is old or it's stale. And obviously, as searchers online, we want the most updated information. So if you're consistently making updates to your website, even after you're 100% complete, if you come to the website on a bi-weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and you make changes here and there, you're basically telling search engines that you have a dynamic site, which is going to help you more. So don't be afraid to publish, even if you're not 100% complete. I hope you all are not afraid at this point. So here's what it looks like once you hit publish. Sorry, on the top right there in blue, hit publish, and you'll be taken to this page. This page is giving you two looks. It's giving you a look, and you notice the tabs there, desktop tab and mobile tab. So now you can see what your website looks like on the desktop device and what it will look like on a mobile device. So you get two different views there. Real quick, do me a favor and put a note down, or if you have this handbook, circle the pencils on the very far right there that shows you the page name. So there's a little pencil there on the right hand side. Circle that or make a note to click on the pencil, and the reason for that is by clicking on the pencil, you now have the ability to give each page a page name and each page a page description. And here's why that's important. The page name is important because you now get to be more unique, and you get to separate yourself from your competition by giving your page name instead of the name home, but your name of your business. And you want to make it unique, so do not let your page name remain as just home. Be sure, at the very least, to rename it as your business name. Same thing goes for the About page, maybe about the name of the business. So just keep that in mind as you give pages name. Try to make it unique, because what happens, like I said, is you separate yourself from the competition, and you improve your visibility on the search engines, and I'll explain that in just a moment. Underneath the page name is the page description. Here's where you want to add no more than 3 sentences, a description of that page. Obviously, you want to incorporate some keywords in there that are on that particular page as well. So incorporate some keywords, and you're just describing that page in short in 3 sentences for each individual page. So if you're doing this for all your pages, you would have done this 3 times. If you built the 6 pages that I talked about, you would have done it 6 times. And here's why it's important. Everyone here has done a search online before, and you'll notice that in the search results, there's always the blue link that takes you to that page, and there's a short description underneath. I myself, I always read the page name, and I always read the short description. I know it just takes a second to click on it, and if I'm at the wrong place, I can click back, but I want that second back, because time matters. So I'll always read that short description to make sure that's exactly the information that I wanted to know, and that's exactly the business that I wanted to learn more about. And so I always read that before I click. So this is your opportunity to entice your visitors to click on your link. So be sure to add an adequate short description in there that incorporates some keywords. When you're done, you're going to click on Publish. And when you click on Publish, it's going to give you this dialog box. It's going to say, hey, congratulations, you just published. And the blue button says right now, click here to claim your free domain name. So you're going to go ahead and click on that to claim a domain. And some of you may be saying right now, hey, well, Marv, I already have a domain name. So what do you want me to do with that? So in order to incorporate a domain that you already own, so 2 ways to think about this. If you already have a domain name and it's already live and there's already a site for it, what you want to do first is you want to build out the content here first. So you don't want to move the domain on an unfinished site if you already have a site that's already finished. So finish this site first, and then please jot this down. The next step is to provide the next step is to register a domain. So you have to still register a free domain with us. So register a free domain with us, and then I'll provide a link in the we're going to provide a link in the event page that gives you a video on how to attach the domain name. If you don't have a presence somewhere else, then you would still need to register a new domain with us, and then you would start the domain associating process with a domain that you own elsewhere. So that's how you would work it out if you already have a presence elsewhere. So for those of you that don't, and you want to register a domain name, for those of you that do and you still have to register a domain name, you're going to type in a domain name in this box, and we do have a recommendation around that. Earlier today, Tim talked about, you know, Marvin's Bakery, Stages Bakery. In this example, it says Stages Bakery. And so in this example, we iterated this because we want to drive home the point that you want to make sure to try to incorporate a keyword in your domain name. This makes your domain name searchable on the net. So again, you're basically doing all you can to optimize your site. So there's tons of different steps. I talked about the few today, and this is just yet another. So try your best to incorporate a keyword in your domain name that's associated with your product and services. You want to make sure that this domain name is no more than 3 words, because more than 3 words is a little bit too long to remember, so try to keep it under 3 words. When you're done typing it in, click on Claim Your Free Domain Name. If that domain name is available, it'll be in the list just below. It'll be the first option in the list. If it's not available, it'll provide that domain name in a different extension like a .net or .org, or it'll give you the alternate versions of that domain name just below. So if it isn't available and you really want that name, try to think of some synonyms for that keyword and then do another search to see if that is available. Again, if you don't know what you want, if your domain is not available, you need more time, don't stress it out. Give it some time, think about it. You'll always be able to come back here to see if it's available or not. So don't feel rushed to grab that domain name if you're not sure what you want, if your domain is not available. If it is available, you'll click on claim, or you click on it, and once you click on it in the list below, you'll see this window. This window basically just says that we need you to plug in your credit card information, and we ask you for that for 2 reasons. First reason is to protect your domain against fraud. So if someone were to contact StartLogic and say, I want to move or I want to change this domain name, the best way to prove that they own it is the person that's going to be paying for it. The second reason is if you want to make sure that we renew your domain name the following year. If your domain name is not renewed the following year automatically, or if it's not renewed at all, anywhere from 70 to 80 days thereafter is going to be released back to the public. And we understand that a lot of you businesses wear many hats, and so you're really busy all the time. And so we want to make sure we take a step away that you have to complete. So we want to automatically renew it for you so you don't stand to lose it. Once you're done, you're going to be given these 3 options. You can establish an email address with the domain name. We can protect your personal information from the public database, and what that means is, which is protect your contact info. The moment you register a domain name, what you've given us as far as the email address and the phone number and your business and your place of address, that's going to go public, and it's going to go to a Whois database. So if you wanted to protect yourself against, you know, spam and telemarketing, things of that nature, you can add domain privacy. It's basically $10 for the year, and we'll protect you from that. Let me go back for just a moment because I want to make sure you all pay attention to this part. On this slide here, there's a questionnaire, and in that questionnaire, we're asking you for the domain ownership information and obviously your credit card information. But in that form, there's a place for an email address. The email address that you've given us in this form, we're going to email you if you register your domain name for you to verify ownership of that domain name. So this is very important because if you don't verify ownership from this email that we're going to send to you, your domain will not be active. And if you don't verify it within 15 days, it'll be suspended. Now, of course, you can contact us and we'll unsuspend it. We'll resend the email. But do make sure that whatever email you provided in this portion, you check within 24 hours or maybe even the next day in that mailbox, and be sure to check the spam and bulk mail folders for that message. And it's basically going to just say, hey, did you register a domain name? Please verify your ownership. It's just a new rule out there. Every domain owner needs to verify ownership, so please do that so that your domain can be live. Okay? All right, so moving along, once you're done deciding on which one of these options you want to choose, you'll hit Buy Now. Once you're done hitting Buy Now, You'll be taken to this page. Hey, it's going to say congratulations. It's going to say take me back to SiteExpresso, which is directly underneath. From there, this is the SiteExpresso tool. Notice on the very top there, you'll see control panel. Underneath the control panel is publish and preview. Remember that questionnaire that you did at first? It's going to say business information. You can click on that underneath where it says publish and it says business information to go back to the questionnaire to change anything that we talked about earlier on. So I'm going to show you what the control panel looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. This is the control panel. This is what you'll see every single time you log in. So whenever you log in and you want to make changes to your site, you're going to click on SiteExpresso. If you want to manage your domain name, you click on domain management. For those of you that want to sell online, they have those plans. You can totally do that as well. It's considered an add-on. Right now, for about $5, $6, you can sell up to 20 products through an Ecwid app that you see there. So if you want to sell online, you can totally do that. And you can go from there. Now I'm going to show you how to log back in. So earlier today, we went to gybo.com/business, and you had to click on some steps to create the account. So if you already created your account, do not go back to gybo.com/business anymore. Once your StartLogic account is created, you now want to go to startlogic.com, and on the right-hand side on the very top, you want to click on Login. So click on Login from there, and then now you'll see the login page. In this section, since you already created your account with your Google account, you don't have to be concerned with the option to add the username, domain, or password. You can actually skip through that part because we don't want you to have to remember 2 different logins. So you just have to remember one login, which is your Gmail login or Google account login, to log in thereafter, which is directly underneath what you see in username and password. It says sign in with Google, so you click on that sign in with Google button, and that'll actually ask you to prompt you to sign in with your username and password, and that'll log you in automatically. And that's how that works. And then how to get help after today. How to get help, once you're in the control panel, on the top right is going to say support. You're going to click on support. Once you click on support, underneath you'll see contact us. When you click on contact us, there'll be an option to chat with us, so everybody gets chat support. Underneath that is a ticket opportunity, so you can actually create a ticket, which is an email system internally that you can type in a question, and then anywhere from 24 to 48 hours from there, we'll respond to you for that question, so you can log back in to see the response from there. And that's it. So thank you all so much for joining today. Hope you got a lot of insight and a lot to use to build your websites here today. We're going to be moving over to the event page, so you all can totally go there right now if you have further questions, and myself and Tim will be there to answer your questions on the event page. Thank you very much.